He was busy.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Great power comes great responsibility.
To enthuse about a specific topic, not realizing that most people listening will fail to understand it. That's a geek out. This is the show, the Geek Out Show.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Gil, Black Hole Comics, and tonight, yes sir, we got some extra guests tonight. We got new co-host Christian, aka Ghost09,
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hope y'all doing all right tonight.
and then dug deep. I had to, I was there were some funds available, and I was able to get a huge star on tonight, Walter the Mad.
Having me, man, and calling me like 5 minutes after you were starting, and I was like, "Lamb, you're like, hey man, I just sent you some Venmo money. Get on the line, and I need you online real quick right now."
What up, Omar? Yeah, thank you, man. I'm glad that the funds came available. You know how it goes with budgets. If you don't use all the money, then it's like, we'll send you less money next year. So
yeah,
I was like, I got to use the excess of funds that we got. So
yeah, those IOUs are finally coming, paying for all that Christmas.
Yes, sir.
I'm still.
We got Omar in the chat and Heath in the chat. What up, Heath?
What's up, Heath?
Heath sent us a video that we'll be playing later on about his top figures of the year. But let's go ahead and get into it with how our weeks have been. Let's start off with Christian. Christian, how's your week, bro? Let's catch up with you. How you doing?
Oh man, my week was long.
It's a long week.
Yeah, it was a long week for me, man. It was just work as usual, but just working extra hard. Everybody's trying to get in their last of their stuff in before Christmas break and stuff. So yeah, it was a lot of work this week, and I'm looking forward to having it rest of these weeks off. So rest up and enjoy family and Christmas time and all that stuff.
You're on winter break, correct? Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Lucky. Oh, hold on. I gotta play my movie in the background. Got a Christmas classic back there.
Can I ask where you work, Christian?
I work for a school district.
Oh,
so
man. Oh, awesome. Good for you, brother.
So yeah, that's why we get so much time off. We get time off during the holidays and stuff like that, spring break and all that stuff, good stuff. So
that's cool, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Smacking kids and child abuse.
Art man's in the house. We got Nico. Hey, what up? Hey, yo, what's good, fellas? What's up? We're just starting off tonight, just getting into our weeks. Christian's rubbing in our faces that he has like the next 2 weeks off. Lucky ass.
I'm jealous, Christian. I'm honestly jealous, man.
Hey, man, I'd be jealous if I was you too, man. That's part of the reason why I'm still kind of at the job, just because the pay's not so great, but the time off is pretty good. So it's a little bit of a trade-off. But
shit, Nico too. Damn, he says, "Oh, you work for a school district too? Dope. 3 weeks off, baby."
Hell yeah.
Damn. Hey, Walter, we're in the wrong business, man. We gotta figure something else out and get part of these school districts, man.
That's I charge so much for these YouTube appearances, bro. Like,
I got you. So you could take some time off. I got you.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get like a day off,
For reals, dude.
This self-employment thing and doing, social media and running other businesses, like it pays bills, but it don't get 2-3 weeks off, man. Like
no.
Lucky. All right. What else you been up to?
That's pretty much it, man. Just trying to make it through the week. That's pretty much it.
That was the goal, just make it to Friday, the last
day. Yeah, that was the goal.
Gotcha. Walter, what about you, bro? What you been up to? It's been a minute since you've been on. It's been a couple months. But what you been up to lately?
Well, I was waiting for that last check to clear, so it's 15-day waiting period, Mm-hmm. But no, man, I appreciate you always calling me and texting me and meeting new people, man. I just think that's awesome. Like, talking to Christian before it's and finding out like he's joining the group and collecting new things. I love that kind of stuff, man. But I've been busy. Like it's slowed down with the weather, and I do gardening, landscaping is my main business, and then social media part time, and then a couple other things. So it's slowed down. It's quiet. Um, just getting ready for the holidays and hanging out. Gonna have the family over this next week for the holiday and everything. So it's nothing too exciting, but just kind of like finishing the year like nice and easy. You know what I mean? So just trying to drink my water and stay happy.
That's some high quality H2O.
It is.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. So yeah, same old stuff. Nothing too exciting. Just 3 already, man. Like I got some of my schedule locked back and forth to the East Coast, doing a bunch of cons, making appearances. Very fortunate and grateful for all that. Just keeping all my regular customers and people happy in the area. I'm out here in Lodi, California. So, and like I said, I'm looking forward to this next. I get like quite a bit of downtime and get to visit with the family, and my in-laws and everybody are coming to visit, and hopefully wrecking the house and cooking and all that fun stuff. So it'll be cool, man. Like what about you, man? What are you doing?
Me, what am I doing right now? The only thing I've really been up to, man, is just catching up on this Christmas shopping and whatnot. Holy shit. Christian, I think it's a little loud. Your mic, my bad, bro.
My mic is loud.
Yeah, just with you breathing into it. It's all good. It's all good. What you call it? Maybe bring it down a little bit. But what you call it? Just catching up with the Christmas shopping. I'm almost done with all that. It was my youngest brother's birthday. He turned 23 on Friday. No, sorry, yesterday. We celebrated it Friday. We all got together over at my grandparents'. That was cool, just catching up with a lot of people, with some family and stuff like that. Other than that, man, I'm just getting ready, just getting. I too am gonna have some vacation coming up. The 22nd is my last day of working for the year, and I'll be returning back on January 3rd. So I have like 11 days off, or no, 12 days off, something like that. I don't know.
That's awesome, man. Like that much time off is great, and then. That's man, I remember being 23 at one time. That was a long time ago. So
yeah, so there's 10 years between me and my youngest brother. So it's him. He just turned 23. Then the middle one turned 27. No, sorry, 20. Yeah, 27, and then me at 32. So
yeah, man, you're
like 10 years.
You're so old, bro.
I know, right? I'm old man. I'm old man. But yeah, we were just talking and stuff like that, and we're actually planning a trip with one of my grandpas. So one of my grandpas, his name's Chris. He had his leg amputated due to diabetes, so he doesn't drive around and this and that. And he hit us up, and he was all like, "Hey, it's been a little while. Like, what's up? Like, let's get together." And I was like, "Oh, for sure." And there's this Puerto Rican spot over in Oakland that he wants to go to that he hasn't been to in a while. Mm-hmm. So me and my brothers, we planned out like a time when all of us are off this upcoming Friday. So we're going to surprise him. We're going to go pick him up and then go drive him out there to go get some mofongo that he wants to get over there. It's been a couple years since he's had it. So I'm just like, okay, let's go. Because last time, like a couple months ago, I took him over for some fish and chips over in Half Moon Bay over at the Flying Fish.
Yep.
And if anybody knows the Flying Fish, they're smacking like everything. Like you cannot have a bad dish over there at the Flying Fish.
Yep.
But their Krabby Cheesy bread is fucking phenomenal. Like I could just eat nothing but the Krabby Cheesy bread. Like it's fucking delicious.
It's been forever since I've been over in that area. Since I know that area where you're talking about, but it's been forever since I've been over that way. But yeah, man.
Dude, you gotta go. You gotta go, definitely.
Yeah, you know, now that you say that kind of stuff, man, it's like, man, that instantly brings back memories. I used to go out that way, and when I was in the sales, I'd go out that way, go visit, and then go up and down because there's a lot of like hidden.
Felipe,
There's a lot of
what
hidden
up, bro?
garden areas that I used to go to and sell flower seeds to when I was into that, and through that area, it was that area is so beautiful. So.
Oh, for sure, dude. Even if you just go like on Highway 1,
Mm-hmm.
and people that don't know about California, Highway 1 is like something that runs from like basically Northern California down to like Southern California. But yeah, all of it. But there is like a good size section from like Half Moon Bay to like, I don't know, Santa Cruz area that is like nothing but beachy towns and
Mm-hmm.
nothing but amazing hole in the wall, small like diners and pie shops, and you could get your veggies. You could literally get anything and everything that you want to eat there. Like they just got a bunch of different stuff like on the side of the road and like restaurants and shit like that. Fucking
Yeah. There's a lot of cool craft makers.
Yes.
So I know a lot of that area because, man, like I'm old, so like we go through that area and there's like craft makers and growing grounds for. That's where a lot of like people that grow ferns and indoor house plants. That's what I used to help with when I would go out to that area a long time ago. So if you could imagine that, you could go through that area and discover these little hole in the wall off the side of the road places, and they're open to the public on certain days, and you can go in there. Excuse me, and they'll show you how like they're growing ferns and house plants, restaurants, other places like that, little boutique places where there's woodmakers off of things that they're making out of beech wood and stuff. It's that area is so pretty and so cool, and
Dude.
one of the nicest drive. Even this time of year, it's such a beautiful drive.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Yep.
Yeah, any day of the week,
I love that drive.
we used to go out that way. Probably one of the top 10 places in the world to just like go cruising down the coast and then just don't care where you go and end up somewhere else and have a great day. So
oh, for sure. You could have zero plans at all.
Yep.
And end up having great food and a nice adventure for sure.
We should start a travel channel.
Let's fucking do it.
And me, Christian, and we'll all jump in the car and just go driving down the coast.
Fuck it, dude. Let's go.
There's a couple places along the coast like that. You just hit up man. We used to go every once in a while. Hit up like the taco stands on the side. Dude, that was the great. That's I swear that was the best.
Yeah.
I'll keep rambling on about that.
Talking about best moments.
Yeah.
Walter, do you got a couple top moments that stick out to you for the year of 2022? Because this is going to be probably more than likely the last stream from us for 2022. So it's kind of like we're not doing our normal news, guys, just to let you guys know. It's more of a top 5 or so, how many ever we get into. But yeah, it's going to be like top moments, things like that.
I think one of my top moments for this year was for me, definitely heading out to the East Coast and being part of what we help and do, and I help with is the Four Horsemen Studios and their social media, and then with a friend of mine that does Legion's Con, Jeremy Gerard and Joe Vitale, and the Four Horsemen, and to do that con, which is in New Jersey, was like one of those experiences where like it really showed the fun and the joy of collecting and all the stuff that we love, and to be part of that was just like a whole different experience. And when I've come back and I've told my wife and shown her photos of what went on, and then the level that I help out and do stuff with nowadays is so it's so different than what it was just a few years ago. And having, you know, 750 people show up to an event exclusively for what we collect and I get to talk about and I get to help with. And then those people hanging out and having fun with me and waiting in line and buying figures and showing art and the dioramas and everything. It was just unbelievable. And it was just one of those, like I joke about it now because like I wish I had like a GoPro like strapped to my chest and where people could like I could just record the whole day every day and save it and then come back and watch it over again because it was so overwhelming, but such an amazing experience to interact with, you know, hundreds of fans and go to dinner and lunch with them and hang out and sign autographs and talk to people and visit with people and you know, hang out with yourself and introduce other people and artists to you and just help out where I can. And it was really one of those moments in life where I was like, man, this is like crazy. Like I never thought like that would be something. And then when I get to go home, I'm just me and just do what I do and work and regular person. And, you know, I just enjoy myself and what I do. But, you know, to go to an event like that and have hundreds of people taking photos with me and asking for my autograph and just things like that, just, it blows me away. You know, it's just, that was kind of one of the wow, you know, moments of the year. So
I do got to say, ditto, because I feel like Legion's Con for me was 2 in 1. One, like just to, I completely echo everything that you say. It's just it was an amazing con. It was cool. Meeting you, meeting Jeremy, meeting the Horsemen, like having a conversation with George, Cornball. You know, it's just kind of surreal because that's not going to happen really anywhere else.
yep.
At least not in an intimate setting like that, to where you actually have the time to like talk. Whereas like the bigger cons, it's like, hey, come on, let's move it. You know, people got panels. It's a lot of hustle and bustle and a
Yep.
bunch of other shit. So definitely that the going out, walking around with the guys, you know, eating and the drinks and all that stuff. It was just the line talk, even, you know, even us waiting hours for just the hall to open up just so we could buy some shit. Just
Yeah.
that in itself was an experience, and it was unlike any other, I gotta say. And for good, not that is bad or anything. It was great. Then the other thing, just me, Matt, and Jade all being together, the three of us finally meeting for the first time. That was pretty awesome. I do got to say, me meeting Seth for the first time this year, that was pretty awesome. And I met him twice in 1 year. Not only did I meet him at San Diego Comic-Con, but the motherfucker came to Legion's Con and we met again. And I was just like, damn, 2 times in 1 year. Like, we went 5 years without meeting each other.
Yeah.
And then twice in 1 year, which was insane. So that was cool.
And let me say, you guys were all, and not just yourselves, but everybody was super nice. Like you guys, like just like random chance meeting you for the first time and talking to you online. And I talk to tons of people online nowadays, and I love it. But when I found out you guys were coming, and I go, come hang out, man. Like find me this and that. You guys were super nice and easy to talk with, fun to BS with, and have a good conversation with, and funny as hell. And then at the same time, running into at like the airport and and some things like that, where it was so cool seeing you guys having a great time, and then having you guys tell me stories of like, man, like, you know, like this was like one of the like first times you had flown in like 10 years or things, you know what I mean? It's just, I was blown away. Like I genuinely was like, that's what it's about. Is just meeting people and hanging out and talking to them and having fun. And it was such a nice experience. And like I said, you guys were just the nicest guys,
Oh,
and
thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
and easy to talk with. Where like I was texting you like nonstop and back and forth, and just regular conversations. Like and any day of the week, you guys, like I said, we still got to meet up. You guys got to come over. We got to barbecue
Oh,
and food
for
you know?
sure. Fuck yeah, that's a must. It's going
Yeah.
to fucking happen.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know, it's like it was so nice to have those experiences, and then having you guys hang out and being around, and let alone seeing you guys running around. And multiple times I was like texting you and trying to get you to be like, man, here, you need to come interview these guys. We'll have these guys on your show and get you this and talk to these guys. You need to, you know, just making sure you made contacts. And so many people were also grateful to meet you and told me later to like, hey man, that guy you introduced me to, Gil, like, he was like, who is he? He's super nice. I go, he's a new guy. He's super cool. He's got his show. He lives out by me. I love that dude. He's cool. And they're like, man, he was like really nice. All him and his buddies were super cool. And you know, we're gonna do an interview and a show later. I go, that's what I want, man. I'm like, that everybody was so happy to meet you, and just that experience. I thought that was just, I was not blowing smoke or nothing, but I thought that was.
I believe in networking, man. I definitely do believe in networking, and all of us being part of the same community should help one another. And there's no reason to be like mean or rude or anything like that. If people ever have questions, I help them out. And, I only hope, if I ever need, answers or help or this or that, someone's willing to be as understanding as I am and as helpful as I am as well. So
Yeah. And that's
just what I believe in.
What about you, Christian? What was your number one?
My number one thing this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's some top moments for you, bro?
Well, personally, my top moment was I got married in July.
Oh,
So me and my girlfriend finally, we got married in July. So that's pretty much that's my top moment of the whole year. as far as anything personally. So
what days in July was it? What?
Shoot, now you put me on the spot.
Oh man,
it was just this year, but
he's like July 4th, you know?
Yeah. No, it was July. It was after the 4th though. But yeah, we did it in Colorado, man. It was great. It was just me and her. We went out there and hung out, stayed in the house, and had somebody come and officiate, and it was great, man. We had a good time.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm gonna ask because like.
Oh, you can ask.
Yeah, like how long were you guys with each other before? Was it like love at first sight? Was it one of those like romantic, like you both reached for the first together and you connected over like the Hulk? You know what I mean?
Well, no. Actually, we had seen each other for a while from afar and never spoke to each other. Just every now and then, one word sentences or whatever. But then we finally, some friends of ours, talked to us and, found out that we were interested in each other. So we got introduced. And then ever since then, we were just together. And that was we were together for at least 10 years
Hey,
before we just got married. So
passing notes in school. That's what it was. You're passing.
Well, no, there's nothing like that, man. Because I'm older. I'm older, so and she's younger than I am, so there was
that man,
But yeah, that's a situation, so
Christian's the maintenance man, she's the secretary. Every time you pass by, drop off a little note. Do you like me? Check yes or check no, or maybe.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
You're like, I'll come by and clean your basket. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much like my top moment of the whole year. And what other
moments you got? What other moments?
what other moments? I don't know.
You
I don't
gotta
really
have a
have.
couple, bro.
Yeah,
There's
that
nothing that really comes to mind. I
that
mean, that's like the
Really?
major thing. Yeah.
number
I
one,
mean,
married to the love of your life is, man. What
I get that. I could totally get that. I mean, nothing's gonna obviously top that.
I mean,
I mean, and
and
obviously, like if I
no,
would have, what's that?
she's not watching, so you could top it.
No, no, but I was gonna say that, obviously, like if I was, because I intentionally I wasn't wanting to go to Legion's Con this year, but I wasn't able to do it just because
Yeah,
of that, and other things came up. So, money wise, it wasn't, I couldn't do it. So, but I'm definitely planning on going next year.
cool, man. That's cool. That's exciting in itself. Like, I lucked out, and to give you an idea, like I lucked out, and I planned it almost a year in advance.
Well,
So
that's definitely my plan. I told Gil that was my plan. That after Christmas is over, then my plan is to start saving money towards that way. Start putting some money away for Legion's Con and stuff like that. So
That'd
yeah,
be the way to do it.
they're
yeah,
and they're already working on it. They're whatever you call it. They're Jeremy and Joe, and we're all trying to get it dialed in for the next year, so that way we can give people the date and the time to plan for it, and it'll be 10 months advance notice. So that way, I mean, because nothing's cheap, man. I mean, let's all be honest about it. Like you're traveling, like for me, we're traveling from California to New Jersey. My flight planned way in advance. Like I lucked out and I got a flight for like 250, maybe $275 round trip. But I lucked
wow.
out at like almost a year in advance.
Hmm.
Then you get your hotel, so there's another $500. Then you pay for your food and everything else. I mean, you're easily spending like $1,000 to go out and have fun and on an adventure and a trip like that. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then the timing and scheduling. So to plan it way in advance and do that stuff is definitely it. Like it takes time to build all that up.
For sure. Like usually for San Diego Comic Con is about like $2,000 for me with gas, exclusives,
Yeah,
and then like a hotel or Airbnb, whatever. Spend about $2,000.
yeah,
I'd rather put that towards Legion's Con. So rather than doing like I did San Diego and Legion's Con this year, I'd
mm-hmm.
rather just put that money aside for Legion's Con, and I think I'll have a way funner time at Legion's Con than at San Diego. Granted, like yeah, you don't get like the glitz, the glamour, whatever, but I feel like it's more quality and like again intimate over at Legion's Con.
I
More of a
mean,
fan of that.
I'll make it cooler for you next time, bro. I'm sorry we weren't so fun and entertaining.
That California trip is
I'll
crazy.
bring
Let me tell you. Where'd you go, Nico?
that.
Where'd you go in Cali? NorCal or SoCal?
I missed that question. What did he say?
He said that California trip is crazy. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I tell that to people all the time, and I'm at the point now. I'm
Or
lucky.
from Cali to New Jersey.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what he means.
I'm lucky now that I get that. I get to do that every once in a while. Last year was real busy for the schedule and flying out there back and forth. But it can be like 8 to 12 hours worth of flying and traveling, and then the times I leave because I want to like be home, work, and then be with the family, and then go. Okay, I got to fly out. And most of my flights are at like red eye midnight, and I'm flying out of Sacramento, California at 11, 12 o'clock at night, and then landing for a first stop 2, 3 in the morning, getting on another flight, then flying back to the East Coast and then arriving at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and immediately
That's
going
insane.
well, and then immediately going to a con and getting to work. And
Yeah,
I said I do it as a fun and labor and enjoyment, but it's also it's work and business for me, and I'm being paid to do this stuff. And it's like it's different from for like say like yourself where we're going for enjoyment. I'm going for work and having enjoyment, entertaining and meeting people and having the fans there and making sure everybody's fun and happy and having a good time. And there's been many a times I fly and I don't sleep on the planes and fit very well, but I get there and it's like 48 hours of being awake.
Oh
And
yeah, Nico said going from Cali to Jersey. Yeah, that is a crazy trip. It really is.
it's literally it's like the worst I've had is like 15 hours.
Damn.
And of like waiting and flying and layovers and then getting into some city at like 3-4 in the morning and then you can't go check into your hotel or nothing, so you're like hanging out. Like I've been to places where you're hanging out at a con at 2-3 in the morning and just laying on the floor, bro, like just trying to relax, and then all of a sudden 8-9 o'clock rolls up and horsemen show up and they're like, hey, well, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, like let's go, and go to work and set up a booth and then
Half dead.
yeah, drinking coffee and eating a donut and then set up and then work all day till like 5-6 in the afternoon and the con shuts down, and then you go hang out with friends and the studio and things like that till 8-9 o'clock at night, and then go, okay, now I need to go to check in my hotel and go to sleep. Then you wake up and do it all over again the next day. So
Yeah.
yeah, it gets exhausting some days and had that, but I swear it's fun.
Despite getting COVID, I would do it again. That's
Yeah.
how I'll put it. Despite getting COVID, I'll still do it again. I want to go ahead and shift into some of our subjects, and then what up? 1-6 shooter, Trevor.
Trevor.
This is Walter.
Oh, Trevor.
Hey guys, what up? What up? What's going on, brother? Caught you the other night with Kevin.
Yeah.
So if anybody hasn't watched that, replay that shit over at Toying Around.
Yep.
We did a stream with
Legion
Trevor and Legion Sounds. Make sure to check that out. I wanted to say, let's go ahead and shift over into comics and some moments that stood out to us. Christian, do you have any moments that stood out to you with comics this year?
Nah, man, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not a comic book collector because of the fact that I took that out of my budget a while ago. So, but
Hey, no
there is
worries.
something
I
that
understand.
but there is something that I'm kind of gonna probably dabble in the next year or so. Is that I'm gonna dabble into some, because I found a shop. It's called Red Planet, and they deal with indigenous artists, indigenous comics and stuff like that. So I'm gonna look into some of those and check those out.
Yeah, let me know what's up with that, dude. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Put that at, Christian.
What's that?
Where is that? Where's Red Planet at?
I'm not sure at the moment. I'll send you a link to it though, but I follow them on Instagram, but they have a lot of artists and they are a comic book shop, and they deal specifically with indigenous artists and comics.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, for sure. Let me know the details and then we could share it on the Instagram page.
Okay, yeah,
That's
I'll
cool.
do that. Yeah.
Walter, do you have any moments that stood out to you in comics this year?
I'm gonna kind of repeat like what Christian said.
It's all good.
But then like the indigenous part of it, man, like I've kind of waved away from the comics as like I still like casually look and look online and Instagram and this and that, but I've lost track of a lot of it, just because it's not in my budget anymore. Same thing. Like, I mean, to be honest, it's like, it's not like it was for me. I'm, I've been a collector for the longest time, but it's not like it used to be for me where I was like getting comics and doing this and this and this. It's funny because like, I enjoy them, and then I enjoy the comics, and I think the new thing for me is that seeing my son pick up some of the old comics that I have and graphic novels, and he's looking through them and finding stuff and discovering like
that's awesome.
Wolverine, and he's telling me stuff that I like wasn't aware of,
Mhm.
and finding out new things. And he goes online and watches like YouTube videos and these long reviews of like the history of the Hulk and he's like, did you know, and he's 8 years old, so he's like, did you know the Hulk did this? He battled that guy. The Hulk, did this kind of storyline. And I'm just like sitting there listening to my son, and I'm just like, well, I didn't
Dude,
know.
I love watching those type of videos, dude. I'm
Yeah,
right there with your son, dude. I love watching
yeah.
videos like that.
And then the best part too is my son gets the books out, like the thicker, I can't even talk, the thicker
Trade
books.
paperbacks.
Yeah, that have the longer stories in it, and he'll get
Mhm.
them. He tries to draw and imitate some of
Oh,
those
fuck yeah.
like legendary artists, like Jim Lee and McFarlane and Kirby and things like, dude,
That's
like
awesome, man.
my son's been drawing, and the last, I want to say this last week, it would trip you out, man. Like you come and see, like like I said, you guys, anytime you're welcome to my house, but you come see, and like my son has stuff on the refrigerator, in the living room, on the sofa, and he's got all these artists drawing
I'm
things.
gonna have to commission a piece with your son, dude.
Oh, dude, and he's like getting better at it, and I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm like looking at these comic book artists, and he's learning for the new experience. And what's up, man?
What up, Carlo?
It's amazing to see it through a new eye and a new fan. And here he is drawing something in his own style, and he's getting real good, real quick. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like I'm almost wanting to get him more comic books, so he can draw more stuff. Like,
Fuck yeah, dude. Nurture that shit.
yeah,
Nurture that shit.
that,
Yes.
that's exactly it.
That's awesome.
I haven't yet taken him to like, we got like a big legit crazy comic book stores up in the valley here,
Mhm.
where they got old stuff to new stuff. I haven't yet taken him to a place like that, because I think I need to this next year, and then see what
I
he
think he'll lose his mind. I think
yeah,
he would be in heaven over there.
I would love to take him to that, because everyone keeps asking me, like, do you bring him to the shows, do you bring him to this? And I go, no, he's still young, he's still
Pretty soon, though.
yeah, but he's going to be 9 this next month, and it's like, I think it's around that time where he's drawing a lot of interest in it, because he sees me and what I do,
Mhm.
and get to have fun doing, and he loves the hell out of it, and he comes running from the other room. He's like, Daddy, look, I made this. And I'm like, okay, I can barely draw like a stick figure, and you're drawing like I'm like attacking Hulk, and I'm like, all right, hey, that's pretty good, buddy. And I'm like, so, but yeah, I think that's the newest thing for me, with all the uh, the excitement behind comic books. And I think going out there and looking into what's out now, and maybe taking my son and letting him find what he likes, and the more updated stories, that's going to be something cool to do.
Definitely. I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of my favorite moments from comics this year in 2022. I just made a quick little list, top 5 comic moments of 2022 for me. It was a big thing. The Punisher logo switching up, and him becoming part of the Hand, and him leading the Hand and whipping a bunch of ass. He whipped Ares' ass. His whole entire redo and all that stuff. I'm a huge fan. If they were to release a Marvel Legends of him in his new style and everything like that, I'd probably buy it. It's pretty cool. The whole entire demon looking skull thing, that's pretty fucking awesome and rad. Number 4 would be, for the most part, the whole entire thing of Banner of War was pretty interesting. The finish, it was a little lackluster for me. However, who doesn't love a nice dragged out fight between the Hulk and Thor fucking each other up? And then to do it on a alien planet, or a planet that's like, non inhibited by anybody or anybody that could get hurt, and they destroy it, was next level. And then the fact that Thor got Hulk powers, and Hulk got Thor powers, and all that other stuff. And then he became worthy, and all this other shit. It was just a crazy fucking story. It was insane. You know, Iron Man got involved, and other people got involved. It was just a crazy story. I just probably would have changed up the ending just a little bit. For number 3, I have X-Men Red 4. If you guys don't know, because in parentheses I have Uranos. They introduced the grandfather of Thanos, and he is no fucking joke, people. He stomps, not even like a regular stomp, curb stomps a planet of nothing but Omega level mutants. As you guys know, Omega level mutants are the strongest type of mutants that there are in Marvel. So we're talking Storm, we're talking Magneto, we're talking like Iceman level.
Yeah.
So Uranos goes and he fucking kills everybody. He kills Storm. He kills Magneto. Granted, all the mutants can get reborn now because they have that whole entire tech from Krakoa and everything like that. But he still fucking kills every single person in one fucking, like, I think it's like in 1 minute. I want to say. No, not in 1 minute. I'm sorry. In 1 hour. He kills everybody in 1 fucking hour on that planet, which is fucking insane. It's a crazy ass feat.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have World's Finest. Number 4, that's the introduction of the fusion of Batman and Superman, drawn by Dan Mora with the power of Green Lantern. Oh my God, people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Just, I'm a sucker for that type of shit. And then my number 1 moment is the Batman and Spawn crossover that just dropped on the 13th. So I love Batman. I love Spawn.
Yeah.
And Spawn's always going to be my number 1. So yeah, top moment. Yeah.
I'm so old. I remember when Spawn was like coming out, man. Like, and
definitely Carlo. Batman Spawn was cool. Yeah.
I loved when Spawn first came out, and like the original stories and first coming out, and he was crazy. Dude, that was like 20 some years ago. It was like,
fuck yeah, dude.
That was some of the best. I still have all those comics because I that was like some of the best art and craziness and the stories and just like the off the wall characters where, like, you know, they're discovering what Spawn is and he's trying to find himself, and then also like there's like the Violator, and you're like,
yeah, I love the Violator.
This like fat guy stabbing people with ice cream, you know. Like,
yeah.
Dude,
Billy Kincaid was sick and twisted, man.
Yeah, those comics in the beginning were just like horror stories, you know. Just,
dude, they really were. They really fucking were.
Yeah, they were not PG, bro.
There was like hardly anything close to that at the time that I could remember that was on that level. There were other stuff, but not like that. I felt like
it's, you know, and it's funny because like for like yourself, like you're even younger than myself, and Christian, I don't know how you are, but like to see this as like a 20-some-year-old, and I'm like I knew like where McFarlane had come from, and he'd been drawing Spider-Man, and then like they left to make their own company, and like, hey, we're doing Image Comics, and this is what we're doing, and then all of a sudden, like, he went from drawing like Spider-Man to like this undead character that was like way over, you know, contorted giant cape and monsters that were getting killed by, you know, ice cream bars and killing mobsters, and that it was like, whoa, like, what's going on with Todd McFarlane? Like, he's got some like internal demons or something, you know. And then all the other comics that came out with at the same time, like Wetworks and Wildcats and you know,
Savage Dragon.
Dragon with Eric Larson and God, all kinds of crazy. Like, those comics went like completely off the just like, whoa, everybody's getting killed. They weren't just like beating guys, they were just like
murdering them.
Yeah. God,
yeah, people were definitely getting like dismembered and tortured and all kinds of stuff.
Like those old comics, I mean, I think old now. It's like, that was like 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And it's just like, man, that's just, they went after people, and then here with Marvel and DC, we're still trying to like beat people with a stick, They're like, hey, stop it, and Batman is.
Hello there, Heath, ordering toys.
Hold on. My bad,
I was
bro.
asked to go ahead and toss out.
There we go. Oops. I accidentally pressed play on that one by accident. You're good. Carlos says 30 years. LOL. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. It has been 30 years. Fuck.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, dude, I remember when that
Pretty
stuff.
close. Let me see. Spawn.
It was
One.
crazy. It was wild, and then it was so fun to go to the stores and buy that stuff. And
Yeah, it was 92. I couldn't remember if it was 92 or 95. Yes, 92. So it's
yeah,
been over 30. God damn, really? Shit.
yeah. See,
We are old. Fuck.
yeah, that makes me feel old real quick, bro.
I mean, I was 2 like
I'm gonna-
when Spawn came out, so I
Yawn.
couldn't read that shit. What did you say?
I'm gonna keep my beanie on and collect, and cover my gray hair. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Those were great books, and coming out back then, and the transitions and all the different comics back then, it was so wild.
Okay, to go from comics into collectibles,
Mhm.
Walter, do you have a top 5 for figures of the year?
There, not I don't want to say like top 5, but I just kind of lump it into one. I'm like nowadays I just kind of stay in my own lane and love my collection and working and doing stuff for the Four Horsemen Studios. So, I mean, but it was cool. It was definitely cool seeing like, like the new Galactus figure coming out. Some of the other crazy anime characters. But none of that stuff was one of those things like I don't collect everything anymore. I did like some of like the Marvel Legend figures that came out, like some of the Hulk figures that came out like really early in the year, only because like my son loves those. But I'm pretty streamlined nowadays, and it took a lot of effort for me to not collect that stuff. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I love all those figures. I think it's cool. I follow it all, and I even know some of the makers now, and see it online and talk to those guys. But like I only collect Mythic Legions, so for me,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and for me that's just my preference and enjoyment. And it's fun because like to see like the Mythic Legion stuff from what it was 4, 5, 6 years ago to what it is now, it's a lot different. It's like, it's like anything, like going back to like the comic book stuff or even the old Marvel Legends or DC stuff where you'd see something 4 or 5 years ago and they were cool and they were simple, but now they're super detailed and articulated and full of all kinds of customization. And
Ooh, that's a grail right there, Carlo. He said that he got the Mythic Legions comic book this year.
nice.
That's awesome.
I gave away a bunch of those this last year too. I had a bunch of them. The comic was one of those silly things I picked up at one of the shows at the very early parts of the year and had them all signed by the entire studio. Gave them
Oh,
out.
that's dope.
Yeah, so it was.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was a fun giveaway and event, and I got about 20 of them signed by everybody, and then gave them away, and it was so cool, and people were so grateful for it. And then you know to see some of the new Mythic Legion figures that are coming out now, like I said, me being part of that and helping out and seeing everybody do stuff, it's so fun to see what it was before and what they do now. And even like the photography, like what Trevor does, and the art that Nate Barch does, and the marketing and the cons that it's slowly grown from like a storage room to now it's like taking over hotels and lines around the building and that kind of stuff. So for me, it's exciting, man. It's super cool.
100%, bro. Christian, do you have a top 5?
Yeah, I actually do, man. This
Let's
is
get into it,
this
bro.
is no particular order whatsoever. But
Okay.
these
No
are
worries.
just some of the ones that because there's a bunch that I know that came out, but I totally forgot just because this year's been so long, and stuff comes in, like you get hit a little bit and then it dries up, and then you get hit again, and then the end of the year it's always you get hit hard.
Yep, of course.
But so my first figure is one that I recently got was Marvel Legends Bagman. I'm
Okay,
I'm enjoying that figure. It's a lot of fun. It reminds me of I had the 3 3/4 Amazing Spider-Man figure that was really super articulated. So it's kind of reminding me of that. So I'm having a lot of fun messing around with it and stuff like that. So that's one of them. One of the other ones is that should have been last year, but it was this. We just barely got it this year. But it was the Mezco Wolverine.
Oh, that one's
The
a
deluxe
beautiful figure.
with the steel in the steel box and stuff. It comes with the base, the awesome base, and all that stuff. That's another one. Another one is the Masterverse Revelations King Grayskull figure.
That's a great figure. I love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I like it. And
The sculpt is great.
Yeah, and it has the soft goods, the cape, and he has the big tuft around his neck and stuff like that. So yeah, that's also another fun figure. Another figure is the Father Christmas, of course. That's
Oh man, you don't gotta get bullied into saying that just because Walter's here. No, just playing.
No. It's it's a great figure. It came out. It came out of nowhere, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I know it was put. They've been working on it, in the background, but for it to just come up and then it shipped out so fast, and then
so fast. I was just like, damn. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
they were on just waiting to send those out to the fans, and they were like, we got this, we can't wait to drop it, it's gonna go out, people are ready, all in, this, and it was like out. Like
I got mine in like 8 days.
Oh yeah, they're
that's like
mine was pretty fast, man. Like the Headless Horseman, that one I ordered it and it came within the next week and stuff. So
yeah, they Joe and a lot of the guys at the studio they get it in. I know when they get stuff in, they're on, like, they just start making boxes and making labels, and they'll fill up. God, there was like some like 1,600 boxes they made in like a day, and out the door, like, for a week straight.
That's insane.
It was like some insane number, and I'm like texting Joe at one point, that one of the guys that helps with customer service, shipping, and these guys all do a lot of stuff there, but they were texting, and I'm like, dude, and he's like, I'm not now, Walt, we're busy, and I'm just like, come on, man, send me a photo, and they were sending stuff out as fast as they can make.
That's funny.
It was amazing. I'm sorry, Christian.
No, that's fine, man. And then the last figure is I had some fun with this figure. I took a couple of pictures with it and stuff. It was the Origin Sunman. I enjoyed that figure. It's a fun little figure, and it's different from everything else, and so that's another fun figure that I had fun with this year. And then, like I said, there's all kinds of other ones that I can't remember at the moment, and they're somewhere. So But that's 5 of them. I try to pick from different lines that I collect, not all the same things. Because, like some honorable mentions I have to say is that Alithia from Mythic Legions, the Headless Horseman, of course,
Yeah.
and also and I recently picked up the Black Panther, the comic book version one. That one's a good figure. Oh, and I can't leave out my boy Namor. The Marvel Legends
Yeah,
Namor from the movie. So
that
Yeah.
one's a great figure.
yeah,
Those are so cool. Oh, there's so many of those new ones that came out for the Marvel Legends. I was like, oh man.
Dude, a lot of
Yeah.
them, just like on those retro cards, man, they're just on
Oh.
the retro cards alone, they're just beautiful, and they want to they have me sold on that because I want to put them on my wall, just not even take them out. But I'm like, I can't do that. Nope,
Yeah.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. And Carlos says Brontis. Where's Brontis? Nico, I got mine in 4. Oh, you got yours in 4 days? Damn, dude. Way better than mine. I got mine on the 8th day, and the one bad thing I got to say is the FedEx people around here, they fucking suck. They just put my shit on top of the mailbox, which is right on the sidewalk, which sucks.
Yeah.
And everyone else, UPS, USPS, DHL, everybody, they take it upstairs and they leave it at my apartment. It's only a 2-story, man. It's only 2 stories, and they can't even just walk it on up, or at least fucking place it at the top of the stairway, something, dude. Just don't leave it right there by the sidewalk where literally somebody could just snatch it and just keep on walking. That's the one pet peeve I fucking have. Jeez.
I'm gonna jump on that. Is one of my last FedEx they sent from the studio was delivered across the street at the wrong address. The photo, and this is FedEx, they sent me the photo and they said, your stuff has arrived. And then the guy across the street, he's an older gentleman, he's retired. He comes out, he goes, oh, this isn't me. Walter lives across the doors over. And the lady FedEx driver goes, oh, misdelivered package, puts it back on the truck, and then scratches it off and sends me the thing saying it's not delivered, so they took off. I happen to
rather than just walking it over there.
Yeah,
right across the street,
2 houses over, across the street, and I get the email, and then instantly I get the email saying okay,
What up, Chad?
It's not delivered. It's the wrong address. So I drive around for 30 minutes around town because I know my town real good because, like I said, I work in town and everything. I see a FedEx truck, and there's 2 FedEx trucks that deliver in my town, one on the east side, one on the west side. I find the lady driving. I come flying up on her after 30 minutes, pull up behind her while she's delivering, jump out the truck in the middle of the road. You got my box. I want my box.
Right?
She looks at me like I'm crazy, and I go,
of course.
Here's my order. She goes into the truck and she goes, oh, you had the wrong address on it. I go, no, you delivered at the wrong address. Give me my box. I want my Mythic Legions. And sure enough, she goes in there. I'm in the middle of the highway. Highway 12 goes through Lodi. I'm in the middle of the road, and she goes into the truck, pulls out my box, and goes, here's your box. And I have no shoes on, got home from lunch. I got no shoes on. I'm dressed like a crazy person, grabbing stuff in the middle of the road. I throw my figures in the back of the truck. I go, thank you very much, sign for it, and I take off, go back home. And then I get the FedEx update, says your package has been delivered.
Oh my God.
So that was the craziest thing I'd ever experienced. But yeah. Hey, you guys, I'm gonna jump off right now.
It's all good, brother.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you guys having me on, and it's great meeting you, Christian.
Yeah, it's good to meet you, man. I hope to talk to you soon, man.
Can't wait to hear more from you and everything.
Walter's coming back on, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
Anytime, man. My son wants to come on. Come here, come say hi.
Yeah.
And then he's a fan of you guys and everything too. And he ran in the other room and he brought me in one of his drawings. So you want to share that real quick?
Oh, that's awesome. Hold on, let me blow it up, okay?
Yeah, blow it up.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Iron Man and the Hulk. That looks awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, And can you believe that? Like he heard us talking about it in the other room. He ran over and drew something real quick, and I was like,
Dang.
I love that Iron Man armor too. That's one of my favorites.
yeah. So he wanted to come say hi, and
I'm working on a Hulk Buster too.
you're working on
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love
okay.
Hulkbuster.
Buster.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
we gotta make chicken soup because we're all hanging out.
Ooh, that's
and
awesome.
relaxing at the house. And like I said, brother, thank you so much for having me on the show. Anytime. I mean, thank you for sending me all that Venmo money and
Oh, for sure, no problem.
you know, I'm
You're worth every cent.
glad that time I didn't want to throw you under the bus this time, but those $2 my appearance fee.
Oh, here we go. Nico says that's killer work.
Thank you.
And then Chad, a bunch of flames and some hearts for the artwork. There
Yeah.
we go.
He's been drawing a lot more and practicing more, and he loves drawing that stuff. It's exciting to see that stuff because I mean, dude, I can't do that stuff.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Like he did that in the time that we've been on in the other room.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Like,
hell yeah.
That's amazing. So, but you guys have a good evening. I'll talk
You
to you
too, brother.
I love texting with you, brother.
All
For
right.
sure.
Christian, thanks for letting me give you a hard time, man. And congrats.
No. Oh,
Congrats.
thanks, man. I appreciate it, man.
And I think that's cool. I'm sure you'll remember when your wedding date was later in the.
I'm just bad with dates, man. I'm bad with dates.
But I just love messing with you, man. Like, so you guys, I'll see you in the cabal. And
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
And I'll talk to you guys next time, anytime. And as long as that check clears, So we'll see you guys later, and have a good show, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro. We will later.
Later, man.
Collectibles top. So I almost forgot where we were at. Walter's such an awesome dude.
Yeah.
I love chopping it up with him. We're gonna go ahead and play a little video here from Heath. He goes ahead and gets into his
Hello there.
top figures.
All right.
Heath, ordering toys. So I was asked
If
to
you
go
don't
ahead
know
and
him,
toss
yes,
out my
ordering
top
toys
5
on
figures of
Instagram.
the year.
He also does a show with us called "What Did I Order?" WDO. There we go. The taco meat.
Better. But the top 5 figures of the year for myself, and
Let's get a little bit bigger. Hold
just
on.
go
Here
ahead
we
and
go.
jump into this one. I hope everybody enjoys.
I gotta say, I
Starting off,
love this video by Heath. By the way, it's like 6 minutes. It's a nice.
Black Series, Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is a great figure.
It's number
Cloth goods are
5.
nice. I wish the hood was a little better, but guys, blaster, iconic lightsaber, great sculpt detailing, great likeness of Mr. Ewan McGregor. This is a great action figure. If you're not a fan, suck it, because that was a great series. It's a great character, and Ewan McGregor killed it.
He also has baby Seamus
yeah,
with him.
baby
That's
Seamus.
popping
Yeah,
his
baby
head a
Seamus
little
here.
bit.
He's a little under the weather and I want to sleep right now. Number 4. This is a little lower on my list than probably what it would have been because there's some reuse here, but the Renew Your Vows 2-pack Spider-Man. So this was the
It's a
retro
great
carded
figure.
Buck, but with updated arms and legs to get rid of that pinless. If you're a Marvel
Oh, whoops.
Legends fan and you're a Spider-Man fan, this is probably going to be the best Spider-Man in my opinion. Toe articulation,
I would
not
agree
every
for
action figure
Marvel
needs toe
Legends.
articulation, but Spider-Man needs toe articulation. Butterfly joints, all the hand options that you got, and with the price of that retro carded suit, buying this one is ridiculous if you didn't get on that original ones. But like I said, no pins. You keep that is such an amazing deal for a Spider-Man. $50 and you get 2 action figures. It's Spider-Man. Toe articulation. Who'd have thought?
I love this
Stand up.
video.
Stand.
Carlos, I got it. Yeah, it's a great figure.
Number 3. This one might just be a personal thing because since I started playing Fortnite, Hunters was my favorite season. We actually got 2 action figures from the Hunters season from Fortnite.
It's a funny
Victory
video
Royale
on that
line.
chat.
But even at Deluxe, Mr. Mancake.
I haven't
Obviously,
seen
I'm
that figure out in
displaying
the
it with
wild.
the
I
cake
would
with no
definitely
name
pick
face,
it up if I could.
But you got 2 head options. Man cake and the cake with 2 names. Sculpting details on there.
I have to scoop it up on
Articulation
Amazon.
kind of is a little spotty because of the design, but they knocked the sculpt out. Colors look good. The poncho underneath is great. It doesn't, like, this is soft up here, so it doesn't hinder articulation. The 6-shooters are awesome because they actually put a lot of,
Uh-oh.
you okay, buddy? Yeah, drainage. I'm sorry. But the articulation, they actually knocked out, even on the 6-shooters, they put like little waffle details on there. So I'm looking for repaints on this one so I can do a proper cake with no names.
Also, I
in the dark
appreciate
color
Heath
scheme,
doing this
or
while he's
just
taking
any
care of
other
his
version
child.
of the
While
cake.
his child is sick. That's commitment. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
You hear that? Baby Seamus is all about this.
Man cake is such a dope figure.
Number
I don't
2.
have it. I need to pick
And,
one up, dude. It looks
a
like so
character I
much
didn't know I
fun.
wanted. Character I didn't know that was going to be out until the very end of last year. But we're going with Action Force. We're going with Duster. Not only is Duster a great action figure, 2 head sculpts. One is more stoic, the kind of like traditional idea of what you get when you think of Tim Kennedy, but you also get the crazy ass facial hair that Kim Kennedy wears or had from time to time in his UFC career. But a true American hero here. Great sculpting detailing. A slew of hands, knife. The vest is awesome. I was a little disappointed because this little communication back here broke off.
What up, Kev?
Removable pistol,
So kid.
helmets, head comms. The helmet you can actually modify. Action Force is a great figure line, and if you're not checking out Action Force, I don't know what's wrong with you. And if nothing else, get Duster. Get Duster, because this is a killer action figure.
I know, like, their accessory packs are pretty awesome.
Number 1 figure of the year.
Number 1 figure of the year, ladies and gentlemen, for Heath ordering toys.
Book of Boba Fett Black Series action figure. This figure fucking sucks ass. This is the number 1 shitty figure of the year. I'm sorry if anybody likes this piece of trash. First of all, this is not the Book of Boba Fett look. This is a post-credit scene from Mandalorian Season 2. Look, colors are good. You can't adjust this thing without that fucking jetpack flipping off. And if you put it in any pose other than looking down, you got this giant fucking gap and you can see his chin.
His double chin.
Why is that?
Double.
He has been making fucking Boba Fett action figures for years. He's the number 1 moneymaker. This one shouldn't have been a deluxe action figure, but you guys hit us with the deluxe price point because we got hit with technically a Boba tax. So that's
what it is.
This
Boba
helmet
tax. Yep.
sucks. The face sculpt is good. Face sculpt is real good. The
I love how he's
blasters
just
are real
licking
good.
shit off.
The colors are real good. But you can't pose this thing without that fucking jetpack falling off or without looking down, without you seeing the glaring problem with his chin. So yeah, number 1, terrible action figure, wasting money. The not Book of Boba Fett action figure. If you bought this, like me,
Seamus doesn't
I'm
like it
so
either.
sorry you wasted your
That's
damn
why
money.
he's
This
like,
is a piece of shit. The real number 1 action figure for me this year. And I got this. This was my first purchase of the year. It has stood up against every other action figure this year. SH Figure Arts, Season 2, The Mandalorian, Din Djarin, The Mandalorian. You get the best sculpted Grogu. You get the option of popping that head off and putting
Appreciate
it
it,
on this
bro.
bag.
Appreciate it.
You get the accurate Season 2 thigh armor.
This is Heath. He's
Teton
one of
cover
our
sculpts, the
co-hosts
amount of
slash
hands. You get the blaster.
he does another
You
show
get the
on our
Beskar
network.
spear, jetpack, which I don't like displaying with the jetpack.
He's talking
just
about
'cause it
his
kinda, like, messes
favorite
with
5
this,
figures of
but
the
I
year.
do display it from time to time with that one.
Manufacturer should be opening up
Removable
here.
blast options for the
Yes,
jetpack.
they should.
The amazing likeness of Pedro Pascal head sculpt. We got a terrible Pedro Pascal head sculpt from Black Series, which really knocked that one down last year for me on the scale. But that is my top 5 from the year. I hope you guys are having a great day, great night. I hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you for letting me come on and drop my opinions. Have a great day, guys. Much love, and check out with Dio whenever I get it out. Later.
Baby Seamus.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, so for anybody who doesn't know, now you know. Yeah, that's one of our co-hosts, Heath. He hops on here every once in a while to cover if I don't have anybody. And then he also does this show with Dio, which is What Did I Order? He talks about his experiences with his wife, with his job, with his kids, with his newborn,
Everything.
just a bunch of different stuff. Talks about what figures interest him, which don't interest him, comics, movies, a bunch of different random shit. It's just a great show. It's hilarious. Oh, you know him. Oh shit, you know him. Whoops. No, it's okay. He is a motherfucker, you know. His wife is a mother, and you know he does. You know, yeah. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah, he was pre-recorded. That wasn't live. He did send it in to me because he couldn't make it onto the show or anything like that. So he wakes up like at 3 a.m. or something like that. So he sent that to me dumb early in the morning today. I think like at 5 or 6 my time. I was passed the fuck out though. So I did watch it ahead of time though, and I uploaded it. I asked a couple people if they could submit stuff. Some people did, some people didn't. So it's all good. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into my top 5, my personal top 5. And number 5, I actually have it here, sports it on Carver Customs little giveaway that he donated to us. So I'm using the winner's giveaway winnings. So yeah, you could win this whole entire little display piece. I just wanted to show it off though. Let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit. I just wanted to show it off. But we are actually giving this away once we hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. If you guys know anybody who likes the stuff that we talk about, suggest them following us. We're about 60 people away, and then we'll raffle this off. I'm giving away a couple SH Figure Arts, a couple Marvel Legends, and the other guys are throwing in some stuff too. But just real quick to rate it off, I got the Renew Your Vows Spidey. He's sitting at number 5 for me. Number 4 would be the Revoltech Deadpool 2.0. I love this figure, man. It doesn't come with these guns, but it's just such a fun fucking figure. Really do love it. Just all the accessories and everything else that it came with. Just top-notch awesome. Number 3 for me would be the Sentinel Sage from Ronin Warriors. If you guys know, you know. This is one of the first animes I ever watched, and these Sentinel figures are outstanding. They're phenomenal. I never thought that I was going to be able to own any type of figures of Sentinel, because there were some Bandai ones and they were all going for anywhere between 300 to 500 each. Number two, it's hard to put them at number 2 just because I liked it so much. I had to buy 2 different versions. But depends on what you want to call them, but Arkham Knight or Red Hood, however you want to put them as. But yeah, the Arkham Knight by Revoltech. So they got 2 spots on my top 5. But yeah, this figure was so nice that I even bought like upgraded weapons, like a third-party or 3D printed weapons and guns and heads, and that's how much I like the figure. And then my number 1, SH Figure Arts. They're on their way back, baby. And what better way than Naruto, my all-time favorite MC by an anime. Those Ronin Warriors are so yes, they are. There was 2 releases this year. It was Sage in January, February of this year, and then there also was Rowan. But just I'm a sucker for green. Sage was always my favorite. So he definitely edges out Rowan for me at least. Hell yeah, Naruto number 1 for yes, dude. Just the upgrade on their articulation is just insane. I just have them like a basic crossed arm. The crossed arms there, but yeah, it was just a huge upgrade. Just everything with the face plates, just the way that they upgraded the head. And I mean, like, look at that. He could look all the way the fuck up now. That is insane. And look down, the whole entire, just a lot more range than what he used to be able to have, or all the other interpretations. Like he could literally get down on all 4s. If you guys know Naruto, sometimes he loses control a little bit and almost becomes beast-like when his inner demon Kurama, the nine-tailed fox, takes over. And yeah, he could get down like on all fours, which is insane, and it doesn't look weird or clunky or anything like that. It looks very natural for the figure. So those are my top 5. I do have a top 10 coming to my YouTube channel and TikTok pretty soon. So I will be shooting that and uploading that actually next week. I go a little bit deeper on each one. That was just a little quick thing for me. Affordable army builders. Yes, dude. So yeah, this $35. SH Figure Arts, $35. I think it's like 5 or 6 different heads, right, Omar? 5 or 6 different heads that it comes with. And then like, I don't know, like 8 to 10 different hands. Comes with some kunais. And then I think, if I'm not mistaken, he comes with like a Rasengan energy effect. Yeah, it's just a gang load of shit for like $35, which is killer. You honestly cannot beat that at all. I have 6 total. Yeah, I have 6 total right now. So, and I got some like on sale and different things like that. But $35, I'll pay that all day, every day for a great Naruto figure like this. Let's go ahead and get into some anime, if that's cool with you, in our top anime for the year animation. If it's okay with you, Christian, I would like to start off only because I do have another list that was shared by somebody. They did not come in front of camera, but they did share with me their top 5.
Awesome.
So I'm going to go ahead and go over this. So this is my top 5, and then also my daughter's top 5. So I'm going to go over my daughter's right now, her top 5. So number 5 is My Hero Academia currently. Number 4 would be the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, JJK 0. Number 3 would be Spy X Family. So they had season 1 and season 2 drop in a year, which is insane to me. Chainsaw Man as her number 2, and then number 1 is Demon Slayer. I am not mad at that. Demon Slayer is amazing. It's beautiful. It is top tier for sure. And then my top 5, I got Chainsaw Man as number 5. I feel like I can't really put it any higher, just because the others, just a little bit more better. Like I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Chainsaw Man is definitely great. Just there's some other stuff that are greater for me, or I relate to more. Number 4, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, same as my daughter. This movie made me cry. It brought tears to my eyes, so definitely. Number 3, My Hero Academia. It isn't quite finished, the current season, but it is hype as hell. And yeah, it has me audibly gasping and saying, oh, yes, let's go. Let's fucking go. It has me hyped. It has me, it's evoking emotions. It even has me like, oh, shit, like, oh, no, like all types of stuff. I feel like it's a roller coaster ride of emotions every week. Demon Slayer season 2. Again, I would say like the Mugen Train, even though like that movie came out last year, it was part of this year season 2. Yeah. That moves me and brought me to tears when Goku dying. Spoilers, definitely. Sorry, people. But like the fights they're beautiful. They're so
it's a beautiful anime, man. It's just it's great to look at.
Absolutely. And I'm biased. I'm sorry. So Bleach is my number 1. I fucking love Bleach. It was like one of my first, again, like one of my like real number 1s of me being like a teenager and giving other animes other than Dragon Ball a chance. So yeah, definitely. Let's see. Go ahead. What about you?
All right. So me, the only thing is that I'm lacking in the anime or animation department just because I haven't been watching that many, and so really I only have 3 that I'm currently like watching, and one I'm behind on that I'm catching up on. But so mine is it has to be Chainsaw Man, like 3rd. So
okay,
and I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I enjoyed a lot for what it is. So that's number 3, and then number 2 for me is My Hero, which I'm finally on season 5, or I'm gonna start season 5 soon. So I'm catching up on that, and I'm enjoying it. I know the last part was a little long and kind of boring, but I mean, I still was into it, so I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna continue watching that. And then the top for me is the Demon Slayer, the season 2, the Entertainment District. It was an excellent season. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm looking forward to the next season.
I think didn't you ask me at the beginning of the year like if you should watch it or give it a chance or something like that? Or was that somebody else?
Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
No, because
Or if you had to get or if you should get caught up.
No, I think that might have been something else. I asked you about Bleach.
Was it Bleach? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I haven't started that yet, but I plan on starting
fine.
that soon. But yeah, so no, but because Demon Slayer, I started watching a little bit after it started, and then I caught up on it. So, and I'm all
sweet.
caught up on. Yeah, so and I seen like you said, the Mugen Train. It was great, and I'm the same. I teared up when Rengoku died, and
dude, like me and my daughter went to go watch that movie last year, and both of us left walking out the fucking theater, fucking tears in our eyes.
Yeah, I bet, man. Because
sitting next to each other.
But yeah, as far as
man.
that's pretty much is it on the anime front, for me so far. But yeah,
a little news. I know that I said originally we weren't going to do news, but I just think that is so cool. Episode 12 and 13 of Bleach are going to be 1 hour long. It's the penultimate and last, like the finale. So second to last and last for the first half of this season. So
it's going to be broken up into 2 parts then?
Yeah, basically this is like the 13 episodes is like the first part. Then they're gonna, I don't know if they're gonna for sure have, I think it is 26 episodes for the first season. So yeah, there's gonna be another 13 episodes. So I just think that's fucking insane though, because like every episode has been like, you know, about 30 minutes, and then 12 is gonna be an hour, then 13 is gonna be another hour. I'm just like, fuck it, dude, give it to me. And they're both dropping the same day, the 26th. So wow. We have an episode dropping tomorrow, which is episode 11. And then we have 12 and 13, the 26th, the day after Christmas. So I'm just like, fuck yeah, give it to me. Merry Christmas to me. Absolutely. This is for me.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And then let's see. Next thing after that would be gaming. You want to go ahead and start us off with gaming?
So yeah, that's, and also another thing on the gaming is that I'm like I haven't played that many games at all this year.
Damn, bro. No,
yeah. And so the only games that I've been really playing is FIFA game, which is a football game,
Well, remember, it doesn't exactly need to just be video games. It can be card games, so you play card games and mobile games or whatever else.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's adding too much on the last minute, but
no, but that's, I mean, that and Fortnite are the only 2 games that I've really been playing. So, and anything else, like I've been wanting to get it because I've been wanting to play The Last of Us Part 2 since I played the first one last year. I played it, I finished it, and I've been wanting to play the second one, but I haven't got a chance to do that, and so. But yeah, that's the only thing is that I've been lacking in the gaming department.
My bad, dude. My laptop's dying a little bit, but I won't share exactly my thing, but I'm gonna read it because I blew it up really big. My top 5 for gaming. So Leilani gave me her list for 5, for her 5. So number 5 will be Pokemon Arceus. Number 4 is going to be Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer came out at the end of 2021, but then it did have like DLC and other stuff that rolled into 2022. So I'm like, on a technicality, it works. The Demon Slayer game, because like all the season 2 stuff came out this year.
Okay.
So it was like only stuff from season 1 originally when the game dropped, and then they said like, I think it was like the first or second week of January. Mm-hmm. That's when they introduced all the stuff from season 2. What in the heck? Give me 1 second. Of course, when I put it on the charger, it's like, oh, restart. I'm like, no. 3 would be Splatoon 3. Number 2 would be Hatsune Miku Colorful Stage. Okay, I knew that there was something else. That is a mobile game. Is that correct? It's a mobile game, which is extremely hard. I tried to play it and I lost in like 10 seconds. So, granted, it's easy to you. She put it on the hardest difficulty, and it's almost like a Guitar Hero type game,
it's
like one of the rhythm games.
Yeah.
But dude, on the hardest, it's just like, like I'm just like, I can't. I don't have it like that. I guess on the phone. I don't know. I remember back in the day, I used to be able to play Guitar Hero and stuff like that. But
yeah,
whatever. And then number 1 would be Genshin Impact. Granted, the game did come out, I believe, last year or 2022, but it's always coming out with new,
it's always new,
updates and stuff like that. I mean, if it's being considered for awards with the gaming awards each year, then I'll allow it. So for me, top 5 moments in games. It isn't just games, but I got a couple moments just because I haven't played many games either. Number 5 would be the Pokemon set of Lost Origin. I was happy to see that Giratina, one of my all-time favorite Pokemon, was the center. It was the mascot, and they came out with some pretty dope cards for it. Hold on, Loki wants to come say hi. Hi Loki, hi baby. Number 5 definitely for Lost Origin because of Giratina. Number 4, Naruto, introduced in Fortnite, being the first anime character to head everything. Goku definitely wouldn't be in Fortnite. Deku definitely wouldn't be in Fortnite if it wasn't for Naruto being the sacrificial lamb first and doing it. So shout out to the GOAT, Naruto. Number 3 would be Pokemon Arceus. That was definitely a fun game and introduced a bunch of new stuff that they've never tried or done before. Just the whole entire of an open world game, and then Pokemon being like out in the wild, and you could like run up to them, give them berries, throw things at them, try to catch them, and just all that stuff that like you're basically they could hurt you or kill you. They don't exactly show you dying, but you would die. Like if a fucking whatever is electrocuting you, obviously you're gonna die. It just says like, oh, you black out and then you get sent away, but it's you versus the Pokemon, and then once you get your partner, then it's you and your partner versus the Pokemon type of thing. Yeah. So interesting concepts. Number 2 moment would be me getting a PS5 this year. I was so happy. So shout out to Jade for sending me a PS5 all the way from Walmart in Texas. So thank you. Appreciate it, brother. And number 1 thing would be God of War Ragnarok. So not only is it a moment, but it's my favorite game for sure this year. And I'm having a bunch of time, a bunch of love, I don't know, like a bunch of good times, lovely times, sad times, mad times, just all the emotions. I'm feeling all of it. I almost rage quit last night. So I feel like the past couple of weeks I said like, oh, I almost raged. Yeah. It's frustrating at times, and it's fun at other times, and other times definitely makes you feel emotions. And I'm glad that Christopher Judge won, Performance of the Year, which he needs to be Kratos for live action. That's all I'm saying. I'll let it be that. That's what I feel like. But yeah, do you want to go ahead and get into some TV?
Yeah, we can do that.
What you got for TV?
All right, hold on. Because I got my notes written in somewhere.
Yeah, go for it.
So some of I have a ton of TV shows, and there's probably more that I done forgot about. But so anyways, so let's see. One of shows that I really enjoyed was I don't know if anybody else was watching, was White Lotus, which is on HBO Max. It's about a resort of people that they go to a resort, and just all this crazy shit happens, and usually somebody dies, or in this season, some people died, and so that's a really fun show if you like kind of like shows that make you kind of think about, because a lot of times what's kind of cool about it is that they show scenarios and they don't exactly play out the scenarios, so you're kind of thinking in your mind like, whoa, what really happened, and
I'm sorry, what show is this? I'm sorry.
White Lotus.
Oh, White Lotus. Okay, yeah. I've heard things about that. I want to check it out with the wife. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, y'all should definitely watch it, man. Me and the wife watch it, and yeah, it's a good show. Uh, so that's one of them. Another show that is Stranger Things, the newest season.
Oh
That
my
was a
god, yes.
fantastic season, man. I mean, I think a lot
Absolutely.
of I think a lot of people were slowly kind of losing, you know, kind of dropping out of Stranger Things just
Oh, for sure.
because the season before was okay, but it just wasn't that great. And then fine, and so when this one came out, everybody was like, well, I've already invested time into watching it, I guess,
That's
and so
that
I
was
guess
me.
I'll go ahead and watch it. So, but I mean, it paid off, man, because it was a great season, man, and
For sure.
it brought out some good characters, and yeah, it was a good time, man.
Eddie Munson.
Yeah,
Yes.
Eddie. Everybody remember Eddie?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, so I forgot. I knew I forgot something. But Euphoria, the second season of Euphoria.
Oh my
Th-
god, yes, because that was early in the year.
yeah. So that show initially, when it first came out, the first season came out, we started it and I just wasn't paying attention to it or whatever for whatever reason. And then when the second season came out, everybody just kept talking about, like all the crazy stuff that was going on in it. And I was like, well, I'll give it a chance again. So watched the first season and then second season came out, man. If
R.I.P. Ashtray.
oh, Ashtray, man. That was sad, man. I literally yeah, you had to do a little small tear for Ashtray.
Yeah, I
Just
think they did that because like it was kind of interfering with his boxing career, which I
oh
understand.
yeah,
But
yeah.
because that fool's like a boxing prodigy, like one of the
Yeah,
best
yeah.
in the world, like
Yeah.
in his age group.
Yeah, I
So
heard that, man. But yeah, so that was another show that was pretty good, and so I enjoyed that show. Hold on, let me see what else is on here. Okay, so another show that I got into that would came out, and I don't know if it's a limited series or they're just gonna keep doing it, but it came on FX. It was called The Patient. It has a Steve Carell in it. Basically, that show is about a guy comes into Steve Carell. He's a psychiatrist, and so a guy comes into his office, and basically the guy's a serial killer, and so he's asking him for his help, and he's talking to him and stuff, and then eventually he ends up kidnapping him and forcing him to be his number one patient in his house while he tries to deter him from killing more people. And so, yeah, so I enjoyed that show. So if you're into any kind of stuff like that, then it's a pretty good show. Uh, so I think that's about five. I got a bunch of other shows that I can mention. Let me see. I'll just pick a.
yeah, do some honorable mentions, man. Go for it.
Yeah. So let's see. Our Flag Means Death. That was a great, funny show on HBO
Where's it?
Max.
Oh, okay, and what's that about?
That's about you remember the guy that was the manager for the Flight of the Concords?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of different stuff, but basically he wants to be a pirate. So it's
Mhm.
about pirates. He's kind of like a uppity, he comes from money or something like that. And
Uh-huh.
so some things go on in his life and he kind of has a wife that he doesn't really like or whatever. And so he says, I'm gonna go be a pirate. And so he tries to outfit a bunch of
What the
these
fuck?
guys that are terrible pirates and
Crazy. What the
yeah,
fuck?
it's just funny, man. You gotta watch it. It's got a bunch of people in there and it's a funny show, man. So if you like funny stuff and any of those guys, it's got a bunch of people in it. I can't remember right now because it's been a while, but that's a good show. Another show is We Own the Night with John Bernthal, which was on HBO Max as well. That was a pretty good show. I mean, John Bernthal, I think he's a he's one of those guys that he's a good actor where whatever he's playing, you're either like him or you,
Or you hate
don't
him.
like. Yeah, you don't like him. You hate him.
He did a lot. He did a lot this year because he did that. He did the We Own, what was it? We Own the City or We Run the City
Yeah,
on
that's the one I
HBO
was
Max.
talking about. Yeah.
That's the one. That's
Yeah,
the one.
that's
Okay.
one. Yeah.
What is it called?
We Own the City.
That's what it's called. We Own the City. Yeah, he like, and the thing is like at the beginning, like if you don't know about this,
Yeah.
you kind of love him.
Yeah.
But then when the other side of him is like, oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
It's like he's two
definitely.
different people.
Yeah.
It's like it's two different characters, but it's the same fucking character. It's him before he had the bad influence, and then him after the bad influence. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh man, like
Yeah, you see the corruption. And that's what I'm saying. Like he's such a good actor that he brings all that out, that where you're like, you're with him, and then after a while when you find out what he's doing, you're like, man, this guy's a piece of shit. So
yeah.
and also another show that he came out in was
The Bear.
they did a series of American Gigolo, which is an old 70s movie with Richard Gere. I think he was the main character. But that's about a guy. He's a male
escort.
Male escort. Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. He's a male escort, and so he gets framed for murder and stuff like that. He's in that show, and that's on a Showtime, and that's pretty good just because of him. You know, like I said, he's a good actor, and so he has good characters that he comes out with, and I always enjoy everything John Bernthal's in.
Definitely. Is it cool if I get into my top 5 real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I hella forgot about Euphoria, so I'm gonna move some stuff around real quick. And
there's been a ton of shows, man. It's hard,
dude, for sure. There has been. Like I'm gonna do an audible real quick, and I'm gonna take my number 4 off and like put it honorable mention. So my number 4 in honorable mention is The Bear. You guys haven't watched that? It's about a diner and about a chef. I can't remember the actor's name, but the guy who plays Lip on Shameless. Yeah. He plays like the little brother, the baby brother, and it's him taking over for John Bernthal as the big brother that's taking care, that's running their mom and dad's diner. There's all types of stuff that they're in debt and they're this, they're that. That's not really like giving anything away. That, and then also John Bernthal. The reason why this character is taking over for John Bernthal is because he killed himself and he left it to his baby brother. You kind of see the big picture as to why everything happened the way that it happened, and it's just like, damn. And it definitely did evoke some emotion. It got me a little teary-eyed and stuff like that as well.
Excellent.
So anytime, absolutely, dude. Anytime some type of media could evoke emotion from me, it's instantly going to be one of my favorites. It's going to be like right here in my head. I'm going to remember it and just like, oh yeah, that evoked this type of emotion from me. So I love when media could evoke things from me.
Yeah.
So number 5 is going to be Cobra Kai.
Oh,
season 5? Season 5 of the most recent season.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing, dude. I binge watched that shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was kind of falling off. Same thing like with Stranger Things. The last season had me kind of falling off a little bit. And I was like, no, hold on. No, actually, the last season was good. It was the season 3 that got really slow. That I was just like, I don't know. So I was like, is this going to be a so-so season or is it going to be a good season? I don't know. So it was definitely a good season. So I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I didn't wait and I just binged it. Number 4 is going to be Euphoria. I got to plug it into that slot now. Number 3 is going to be Game of Thrones. Dude, just for me, it was fucking amazing. I loved it. The way that it ended, cliffhanger. I cannot wait. I want more. I need more. Like, it was just Game of Thrones back in full fashion and did not disappoint at all. It was like just like early Game of Thrones and not, the last season. That kind of
you're talking about this new
the prequel.
Yeah, prequel. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that one. I can't remember exactly. The House of Dragon. There we go.
House of Dragon.
Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. So that one definitely. Number 3. Number 2 is going to be Stranger Things. So like we were saying earlier, kind of wanted to skip it, but I was like, already have this much time invested, might as well. But yeah, I'm glad I watched it, and it was amazing. And there definitely were stakes. Things were definitely happening.
Yeah.
People were dying. There's consequences that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And number one, hands down, I got to say Wednesday. Just it was such a great show. I loved it, but like just more than that, like if a show can have me and my whole entire family sitting down and watching it together, that's a winner for me. And
Yeah.
this was one of those shows is that we all actually like wanted to sit down and watch it together. Like my daughter basically watched it all on her own by herself,
Mm-hmm.
but while we were watching it, she like sat down with us and like she wanted to see our reactions to everything, wanted to know if we liked it and this and that. And there's not a lot of live action things that my daughter likes.
Hmm.
Mostly like everything that she watches is anime. So
Yeah.
for some type of live action to actually get her interested and like it, it was nice. Oh, she got a good Genshin character that she's been trying to pull for a minute. She's like turning red because she's so happy right now on the couch. And she's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" Are you happy? Looks like she's gonna fucking cry right now. Jesus. But yeah, Wednesday number one for me for sure. It was. It definitely did have a little couple hiccups and this and that. I know that it's not a perfect series by any means, but just it's my perfect choice or my number one because of everything else I'm doing with my family. So that is what puts it there. Is that it's a family show that I can sit down and watch with my family.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Let's go ahead and get into some movies, and let me grab my laptop since it charged a little bit. Go
All
ahead and
right.
start us off with movies.
All right. So my movies, and this is in no particular order. So I'm just gonna go
Yes.
ahead and start it off with the
Go for it.
Northman.
There we go.
The North.
Making soup and watching it. Oh, Walter, hiding in the comments. Thank you, bro, for coming back.
But yeah, so the first one I'm gonna say is the Northman. I didn't this movie I kind of saw stuff about it a little bit and didn't really think about it, anything of it, and then it came out on one of the streaming services and set and wasn't anything else to watch, so put it on and was pleasantly surprised just because of the fact that this movie doesn't. You think that you see if you see it, then you see the Northman. You see what's his name, Alexander Skarsgård, and you think it's going to be a ton of action, but I mean, there's really not a lot of action, and usually when there's not too much
He's
action,
yelling
then
out his comments, but nobody heard him.
but for it not to have a lot of action, it's a very interesting movie, and I was very into it. And usually I don't usually with stuff like that, like if there's not a lot going on and you have to sit there and kind of watch it and there's a lot of talking, then I kind of fall out. But this movie kept me it kept me in it, and so I think it's a good movie. So if you haven't seen that, you should probably check that out.
I have not, and I told Jade has been giving me shit. And that's his choice to play Kratos, and I'm just like, visually,
I mean,
no. Maybe if he gains some muscle and stuff like that. But like, I told him I'll watch the movie. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a chance.
yeah. And then let's see, another movie that I really enjoyed was Prey.
Absolutely, bro.
Oh
Yes,
man, that
great
movie,
fucking movie.
yeah, that movie. I wasn't, I went into it not that I wasn't expecting much out of it, but I was just like, okay, I'll watch it. I usually watch the Predator movies, here and there and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
might as
So
well. Like, especially if you've already watched the other ones, might as well at this point.
yeah, and so we watched it, and even my wife, she's not into things like that, like like Predator and stuff like that. And so we watched it, and she enjoyed it as well, man. And so
Fuck yeah.
yeah, so it was a good movie, man. I enjoyed it, and that was another one that I enjoyed. And hold on, let me see, because I gotta look over my list real quick. Let's see. Oh, so another one was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
Excellent movie, and if you haven't seen it, you can go see it now. I think it's on Showtime.
I'm not sure where it is, but it is on demand for like $3, $4, man.
Okay,
It's definitely worth the $3 or $4. And anybody, if they feel like it's not worth it, I will reimburse you.
yeah. No, that movie is excellent, man. Mind blowing movie. Just a lot going on. Uh, some people I've heard say that it's a better multiverse than Marvel, but that's that's your opinion.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
I was just like, what? When I sat down and just to see the commercials for it, the trailer, I
Yeah.
was just like, get this book. But then, like, when you actually watch it, it's like,
Well,
oh
yeah,
man,
when that's what's great about it, because when you watch like the trailer for it or something, you're like, what is this movie even about?
it's
And stuff
so
like that.
wild.
Yeah, and then when
So
you watch
wild.
it, it's just like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. I mean,
And it evokes emotions
oh, that's another movie
because,
too. Yeah,
like,
that.
it. Like if people want to say like, oh, like, you know, kind of like Kevin Smith now, like emotions or whatever, like, oh, you fucking cry a lot, whatever, I don't care.
Mhm.
But I feel like it tells a story between a child and a parent. Everybody's been a child, everybody has a parent, or everybody has a child. So there's something in there that you can relate to, whether you have a child of your own or you were a child and you have a fucking parent. So yeah, I agree,
Yeah,
Christian, just wholeheartedly.
yeah. Excellent movie. So anybody hasn't seen that, that's a movie you definitely need to watch.
Mhm.
Okay, so another movie for me is which I saw not that long ago, and this for me is more. I don't know if anybody's gonna agree, but this hit me in a different way. But Clerks 3,
Great fucking movie, dude.
man, that
I
movie,
just watched that. I just watched it. And same thing,
man,
dude. I was like,
me me and one of my me and one of
evoke
my good
emotions.
yeah me and one of my good friends, because he's a big fan of the Clerks movie as well, and we're the same age, and just we talk about that every time about that movie, and man, that movie really hit us just because we're pretty much in the same age range as they are, as Randall and all those guys are,
Mhm.
and it just kind of hits you differently, if you're that same age, it kind of hits you differently because you're like, man, you're like, I'm the same age, and Randall has a heart attack, and then you know the other dude's like dealing with the girl
Dante.
yeah, Dante, he's just like he's dealing with the girl that he barely got with and he wanted to start this excellent life with, and it got taken away from him so fast, man. And the whole time you think he has it all together and he doesn't, man. He's just I'm kind of ruining, I'm sorry, uh but no, but that movie just brought out a lot of different emotions in me, and it made me, it just it's it's a good movie, man. I mean, if you enjoy the Clerks movie, then you should definitely watch that movie.
Definitely watch it, Walter. Yeah, because it's one of those perfect examples of like you never know what someone's going through until they say it or
Yeah.
until you know, and then it's like it pretty much like you said is
What's
you
like,
think something, and then once you finally find out, then it's like, oh shit, okay.
well, yeah, I mean, it's like typical, like when, like we grew up where it's like you keep everything bottled up and you shouldn't, you take it in, you're like, hey, I'm tough, so I can take it, and I'm just going to keep on until it, sometimes it catches up on you, man, and it hits you all at once. And so, yeah, but that's an excellent movie for me. And so that's another one. And then the last movie which I have to give it number one was Wakanda Forever. That movie right
Great film.
there, excellent, man. I loved everything about it. I've heard several different hot takes on the way different people have taken it, with the fact of the way they did Chadwick Boseman. Personally, for me, as soon as it came on, it hit me right away, just with the opening credits and them dealing with it right away. And I I I enjoyed it, and I don't care if they kept kind of reverberating, about him not being there, and even at the end, when you see what happens at the end, that it all worked for me personally, and just the character of Namor, he what's excellent about the Black Panther movies that it I know that some people don't like it when you give too much like you show the human side of a bad character or whatever. But me personally, that's what I loved about the Black Panther movie. The first one, you know, Killmonger, he had a reason why he was doing things. He wasn't just doing things just because, you know, he wanted to conquer the world or anything. This dude was hurt, the same as Namor. He got his people got taken away and they had to go somewhere else. And so he, you know, situations like that, you know, you think that people are, you know, that are against you and you want to protect your own people. And so you're going to do whatever it is to protect those people.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I loved about the movie. And that's what I loved about Namor. And I'm excited to see what they do with that character, man. Cause I love that character.
Kevin said, "Damn, your movies list made me realize how many movies I haven't seen this year." And then Walter as well. I need to see all these movies, man. I haven't seen squat. Yeah, that's funny. Honorable mentions for me. Barbarian was fucking an amazing film. I mean, it's one of those films that I feel like is like a 50%. You either loved it or you hated it. I loved it. It's one of the ones that I loved it. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. It's a different take on horror, I feel like. And then, it's like a nice reintroduction to... I feel like he's a staple at this point for horror. Justin Long. He's in the film. And I feel like that's not a spoiler by any means. And then I just love how they kind of like do like a gotcha or like a fake you out, because they have a character that's like a high level, like I say, A-list actor. And then it's like, you know, he's going to be your star, or at least that's what they make it out to be. Like, he's going to be your star. And can you trust him? Can you not trust him? I don't know. And then the motherfucker dies within the first half. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, holy shit. Like, this guy has headlined $1 million movies.
Yeah.
So it's just wild. Those are my two honorable. I mean, that's my honorable mention. And then Clerks 3 is my other honorable mention.
Yeah. And so, so what I want to add on with the Barbarian movie, if you haven't seen that movie, do not see anything about that movie. Just watch it. Just watch it. And
please.
You will enjoy it. Like Gil said, you will either hate it or you will really like it. So
yeah, it's one of those ones that there's a couple different moments, man, that it had me just like, oh my god, did that really just happen? Or like, holy
definitely.
shit! Like it is wild. Like they do, like they kind of like have a little like take on cancel culture and shit like that too.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of make you hate characters and this and that. But number 5, Werewolf by Night for me. I really did enjoy that. The only negatives I have is that it was too short.
Yes.
I wish we would have got more, but dude, it was fucking phenomenal. I loved it. I felt like it was perfect pacing. You know, just perfect callback to like the old school Universal monsters with the black and white.
Yeah.
Gael Garcia Bernal fucking killed it.
One of my favorite actors.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like, dude. I loved it. Number 4, Multiverse of Madness. You know, if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, that's cool too. You know, like whatever you like. If you don't like the Marvel stuff right now, you say like, "Hey, Phase 4 sucked ass." Okay, well, I mean, if you think that, that's cool. Whatever. I enjoyed Multiverse of Madness. It was fun for me. I liked it. Number 3 is Prey. Kind of like you, how you have Prey. So yeah, dude, it was just a nice, cool take on Predator. Love the time period piece. Worked out perfectly. A little bit of horror, a little bit of suspense, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and just the indigenous aspect and representation was just is awesome. I love it. Anytime we get the indigenous and Latin, you know, Chicano, Latin, Mexican, indigenous, it's all together under the indigenous umbrella.
Yes.
So I love the indigenous representation that we get, and when we get it on screen. Number 2, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Kind of like you, man. I know that you had it number one, or no? Did you have it number two or number one?
Well, mine wasn't in any order. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah.
It's my number two. It definitely did speak to me. Again, emotions. And number one, Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
And just great movie. Again, evoking emotions. Just yeah, man. I guess I cried a lot at the theaters this year. I guess that's what that says to me. But yeah, man, Wakanda Forever. Everything that you said, man. Fucking again, the indigenous representation, Namor. Just shows you, nothing to be fucked with, and then you don't need a perfect superhero physique, to fuck somebody up. The man
No.
was imposing.
Yeah, he just his presence, man. I mean, he just him. The fact that he was like he didn't care about y'all's little thing. He's like, y'all mess with me, I'm gonna go kill some of your people. So.
Kev said, "Had no idea you were such an emotional guy, Gil." Hug. I'll take your hug, brother. Yes. Yeah, man. I guess I am like a little bit. I don't know, man. Like ever since after I had kids, yeah, emotions. I never really used to feel them before I had kids, and after kids, emotions. That's all. That's the only way I could explain it. After having a wife and kids, I feel emotions now. But yeah, that's pretty much. I would say that's the end of it. That's our end of our show. We may or may not do some upcoming content before the end of 2022. If not, happy holidays and happy New Year from us. Christian, you have anything
definitely.
you want to say?
Nah, man. I just want to say, I just looking forward to doing more shows, man. I know I just barely jumped on 3 or 4 shows, and I'm pretty new to this, doing this regularly, so I'm trying to do the best that I can right now. But I'm definitely, we'll do some things. We're definitely gonna keep doing things and stuff like that. And I appreciate you guys, and I want everybody to have Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, that's all good. No, not everybody, this is supposed to be a happiest time of the year for for most people, but there's people out there that are suffering, and if you're out there suffering, man, reach out to somebody if you can, man. People are out there, they want to help you out. You might not think that nobody's with you, man, but people are out there. They're out there, they care, man. So just take care of yourselves, man, and everybody and try to enjoy yourselves as much as you can. But yeah, I think, are you muted? You might be muted, man.
Shit, my bad. Yeah, I was gonna say you want to hit that 988, to talk to somebody, or I mean, if anybody, feel free to hit me up at any time. I don't mind talking to people. I love talking. I love, talking geek shit, more than geek shit, whatever. But yeah, for like you said, for some of us, it's the happiest time. For others, it's like the worst time, saddest time, hardest time. So
yeah,
just reach out, man. Reach out to a coworker. Reach out to an IG fan. Reach out to me. Reach out to Christian. Whoever.
Yeah,
it's all good. It's not a bother. It's not, definitely not a bother to any of us.
No, not at all, man.
But yeah, I mean, to get things from somber news to slightly more better news, Christian, I appreciate you joining the team, man. And I know like you've been on other shows for us and with us throughout the years, and I couldn't really think of anybody better, to join the team and be part of the team. And I appreciate you answering that call for me, bro. And
all right, man. Yeah,
showing up and showing out.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to next year, 2023, and just the team building, team growing, and Legion's Con 2023 and other things that we could hopefully do together. Carlo, you too, man. Thank you. Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, good night, Carlo.
I might do some stuff with my brothers. I think we're probably going to do it on the 24th. So if I get some good stuff with my brothers and more of my family, I might upload that. But I don't think we're going to do like a live stream or nothing like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
You
and
have any
also, man.
go ahead.
Well, that's what you were about to
Yeah,
say. But
I was gonna say
I
go
wanted
for
to shout
shoutouts.
out the other fellas. You know, Matt. Too bad he couldn't be with us tonight, man. Really missed him. Jade. Hopefully, we see Jade in the next year
I know.
sometime.
I we
Hop
only
on
seen
a
him like
couple
5
shows.
times this year.
But yeah, so shout out to those fellas and Heath. Heath is always putting out content
Always
with
holding it
Dio,
down.
man. Heath, I love Heath's show, man. Random thoughts that come out of his brain, you know.
I
It's
love
in
it.
it's
I fucking
entertaining.
love it. Yes.
But yeah, man, that's pretty much it, man. And just shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Trevor, to Bill, Nate over at Dorklair. Shout out to the Four Horsemen. Shout out to Walter. Shout out to Jeremy. All of them hooking us up and looking out for us over at Legions Con and other stuff, just for like interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just being cool, humble guys, like voice cracked. Cool, humble guys, and just like that was such a surreal thing for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Boys with Their Toys. They came back this year.
Oh yeah, I saw they put out a new episode the other day.
They did.
Yeah,
and it's fucking funny as shit. Shout out to Mike. Mike, we're glad that you did not die, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
He had a crazy
that story
accident.
was wild, man.
I was like, what the fuck? The machine exploded and slit his neck. I'm like, what?
And then he's just walking around. And he's just walking around. Everybody's like,
putting pressure on
are
his
you
neck,
okay?
fucking
And
bleed.
he's like, yeah, I think so. You know,
That's fucking insane. Like, you can't make that shit up.
Yeah.
But glad he didn't die for sure. Not even trying to joke about that. Shout out to Toy Migos and Dario, all those guys over there. Shout out to them. So yeah, just like I said, more content, bigger shows, more networking next year, more interviews. So yeah, till next time, make sure to stay geeked up and geek out. Later.
Later, y'all.
Alrighty.